Asher wiped the sweat from his brow as he looked across the endless rows of terrain, wheat swaying under the twin suns of Kepler-4. For to be, the colony world was harsh, unforgiving, and desperately short on labor. When Earth had opened its borders to intergalactic immigration 5 years ago, Asher never imagined he'd be posting an ad for help that would reach beyond human space. The ad was simple: farmhand needed, hard work, fair pay, room and board included, no experience with Earth crops necessary will train. He expected a drifter, maybe a down-on-their-luck colonist. He didn't expect Elizabeth. She arrived on the morning transport, a tall figure with silver-blue skin that shimmered like moonlight on water. Her people, the Velhar, were known across 7 systems as master engineers and scholars, not farm workers. But Elizabeth wasn't like other Velhar. She limped, her left leg dragging slightly with each step, and her crystalline eyes held a weariness that transcended language barriers. "I'm here about the position," she said in accented but clear standard English, her voice like wind chimes in a storm. Asher stared. Her 3-fingered hands clutched a worn travel bag, and despite her obvious physical limitation, she stood with dignity. "You sure you can handle farm work? No offense, but I can work," Elizabeth interrupted, her chin lifting. "I need this job, and you need help. That is the arrangement." "Yes." Something in her tone, pride, mixed with desperation, made Asher nod. "All right." Trial period. 1 month. That first week nearly broke them both. Elizabeth's limp made the long walks between fields excruciating. She'd collapse each night in the small cabin Asher had set up for her. Her breathing labored, but every morning she was up before the first sun, already heading to the fields. She didn't complain. She didn't ask for special treatment. What she did was remarkable. Velhar possessed a natural understanding of systems: biological, mechanical, ecological. Where Asher saw rows of crops, Elizabeth saw an interconnected web of life. She reorganized his irrigation system using principles he couldn't begin to understand, reducing water usage by 40%. She identified a fungal infection in the southern fields 3 weeks before it would have become visible to human eyes. "Your species farms with force," she observed one evening as they sat on his porch, watching the sun set. "You bend nature to your will. My people, we listen first, then we guide." Asher handed her a glass of homemade lemonade. "And yet here you are, on a human colony, working a human farm." Elizabeth's expression darkened. "I was injured in an accident. Engineering pods require perfect mobility. My own people," she trailed off, taking a long drink. "They had no use for a broken Velhar." "You're not broken," Asher said quietly. She looked at him, those crystalline eyes reflecting the amber sunset. "Humans are strange. You value things my people discard." The months passed. The farm flourished under their combined efforts: Asher's stubborn human determination and Elizabeth's elegant Velhar precision. He taught her to drive the harvester, laughing when she insisted on completely reconfiguring the control interface to be more logical. She taught him to read the subtle color changes in the wheat that indicated nutrient deficiencies. Invisible to standard scanners, they became a team. Then, somewhere between the planting season and the first harvest, they became something more. It happened gradually. The way Asher started making 2 cups of coffee each morning, remembering that Elizabeth preferred hers with native honey. The way Elizabeth began humming Velhar work songs that somehow made the labor feel lighter. The evening conversations that stretched long into the night, sharing stories of their worlds, their losses, their hopes. The colony noticed. Whispers followed them at the supply depot. A human and a unnatural, illegal. Even it wasn't illegal. The Interspecies Relations Act had settled that debate, but it was rare. Humans and Velhar were too different. People said, different biologies, different cultures, different everything. But Asher didn't care about different. He cared about the way Elizabeth's face lit up when the harvest projections came in above expectations. He cared about how she'd started calling his farm our farm without even realizing it. He cared about her, limp and all, broken leg and broken pride and brilliant mind. It was Elizabeth who brought it up first, characteristically direct. "I am staying," she announced one night, "not as hired help, as partner, if you'll have me." Asher set down his tools. "Elizabeth, I posted an ad for a farmhand, not a wife." "I know," she said, her Velhar features unreadable, "but you got something better. You got me, and I'm not leaving." He laughed, a deep, genuine sound that echoed across the fields. "Partnership then?" Equal shares, equal say. Equal shares, she agreed, extending her 3-fingered hand. He took it, marveling at the cool, smooth texture of her skin. The colony will talk. Let them. Elizabeth's crystalline eyes sparkled with defiance. Humans have a saying. Yes. Fuck yeah. Asher grinned. Yeah, we do. 2 years later, their farm was the most productive in the colony. Other farmers came seeking advice, and they found an unlikely pair, human and vet, working in perfect synchronization. Proof that sometimes the best partnerships were the ones you never planned for. Asher never did get that farm made. He got something infinitely better, a partner who challenged him, a friend who understood him, and a future he never knew he wanted. And Elizabeth, the limping alien woman who answered an ad for manual labor, found something her own people couldn't give her: a place where broken things were valued, where being different was strength, and where a human farmer saw not her limitations, but her limitless potential. Together, under the twin suns of a colony world, they built more than a farm. They built a home.